Imagine being trapped at 30,000 feet, with nowhere to run, no one to trust, and every second counting. Hijack throws us into a high-stakes nightmare where one wrong move could cost hundreds of lives. This is a tense, edge-of-your-seat thriller that turns a simple flight into a deadly game of survival. Welcome back to Mr. Art Filmscope. Let's break down Hijack. While Apple TV's Hijack Season 2 is now at the top of the charts, you should check out Into the Night, another thrilling airline hijacking series with a sci-fi twist, if you don't want to wait every week for a new episode. A hijacking is a surprisingly useful story device for any thriller series. You often only have to pay for one location. The action never stops. The twists happen with a turn of conversation, and the cast is all in one place. Creatives and producers celebrate. The strength of the plot is being demonstrated in Hijack Season 2, but years earlier, Netflix's Into the Night demonstrated its potency. The second season of the Belgian apocalyptic science fiction television series, Into the Night, will debut on Netflix in May 2020. One of the greatest science fiction series available on Netflix is Into the Night, which is based on the 2015 book The Old Axolotl by Polish author Hijack S02. While Apple TV's Hijack Season 2 is now at the top of the charts, you should check out Into the Night, another thrilling airline hijacking series with a sci-fi twist, if you don't want to wait every week for a new episode. A hijacking is a surprisingly useful story device for any thriller series. The action never stops. The actors is all in one location, and the turns happen one after the other. Conversation, and you typically only have to pay for one spot. Creatives and producers celebrate. The strength of the plot is being demonstrated in Hijack Season 2, but years earlier, Netflix's Into the Night demonstrated its potency. The second season of the Belgian apocalyptic science fiction television series, Into the Night, will debut on Netflix in May 2020. One of the greatest science fiction series available on Netflix is Into the Night, which is based on the 2015 book The Old Axolotl by Polish author Hijack S02. The show opens with a group of people traveling on a big jet on the red-eye from Brussels. As the flight starts, NATO officer Terenzio, Stefano Cassetti, storms onto the aircraft, seizes control, and demands that it take off right away. His absurd cautions about the dangers of sunshine come to pass. Any exposure to sunlight is now fatal due to a worldwide occurrence. As the globe sinks into disorder and anarchy, the plane, unsure of what to do, keeps flying westward in order to avoid the rising sun, making risky landings to refuel. A bunker from the previous season serves as a main setting for the second and final season. The hijacking stories in both Hijack and Into the Night are unusual, at least in comparison to those we hear about in actual life. In the first season of Hijack, Idris Elba's character Sam Nelson, a skilled business negotiator, is on board the hijacked aircraft. The plot of Season 2 is even more peculiar. Sam is now on a train in Season 2, but even more bizarrely, he is the one carrying out the hijacking. The main character in hijacking TV series and films is rarely the hijacker, though Into the Night's hijacker does have some justifications. After all, the sun is rising to kill. Beyond the obvious science fiction aspects, the Netflix series differs from the other in that the hijacking is a plot device rather than the focus of the entire program. Try Hijack if you want a whole hijacking plot, or Into the Night if you just want it to be a little element of the narrative. The second season of Idris Elba's Hijack has already taken the top place on Apple TV. Idris Elba is a movie and television star who is a true dual threat. It seems like he appears in a production every few months. The second season of the 2023 series Hijack will air in the winter of 2026. Elba plays Sam Nelson, a professional business negotiator who boards a flight from Dubai to London only to find himself in the thick of a hijacking in the series, which debuted when Apple TV still had a... Hijack is returning for Season 2, despite the fact that the first season seemed to be the end of the series. Sam Nelson is implicated in another hijacking in Hijack Season 2, which takes place 2 years after plane tragedy. Even if that sounds ridiculous, at least the showrunners avoided using the same tactic again. Sam is on a train in Berlin this time, and to further complicate matters, he is a hijacker. Hijack proves that sometimes the most terrifying battles happen in the smallest spaces. With relentless tension, strong performances, and non-stop suspense, this series keeps you guessing until the very end. If you enjoy thrillers that keep your heart racing and your mind working, Hijack is definitely worth your time. Thanks for watching on Mr. Art Filmscope. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you in the next review.